Some of the images you reference aren't going to fit nicely into a rectangle. For this reason, AutoCAD allows us to crop images to almost any shape. In this lesson, we will explore how to clip a referenced image. On my screen, I have an exhibit that represents a stop sign installation at an intersection. Based on the callout, we can see the name of the sign, the size, and the part number. I would also like to add an image. To do that, I'll click the Insert tab, I will then click Attach, and in the Exercise Files folder, I'll select this image, 3 stop sign, and I'll click Open. When I insert the image, I would like to specify the insertion point and scale. I will also accept the default relative path, and I'll click OK. I will then click to place the image, I'll drag it out to size, and then we will zoom in. As you can see, this photograph is showing me more than I need. I would like to clip this image such that I am viewing the sign geometry only. To do that, I will select the image from the edge, and in the Contextual Ribbon tab, I'll choose Create Clipping Boundary. Now there's a few ways to define a clipping boundary. I can draw a rectangle, I can create a polygonal boundary, or I can select an existing polyline to represent the boundary. I'm going to choose polygonal. I will then zoom in and click close to this corner. I will then click near the corner in the upper left, upper right, and I'll continue to work my way around the sign. I don't have to be too specific when I select these points, because I can always grip edit these corners later. When I'm finished, I'll press Enter, and you can see the AutoCAD has clipped that photograph to match my boundary. The best part about this boundary is that it's live. If I click a grip, I can pull this out and expose as much or as little of the photo as I like. I'm going to drag this back. To invert the clipping boundary, I'll click this arrow. This is a great tool if you're working with a large aerial photograph and you're trying to make some room for notes. Let's flip it back. To remove the boundary, I can select Remove from the ribbon. I'm going to press Ctrl Z to undo that last step. You know, one thing we haven't talked about too much with referenced files. I'm going to select this. Don't forget about the Properties palette. Many of the things you see in the ribbon can also be found right here. In fact, using the Properties palette, I can choose to display the clipped boundary or not while keeping the boundary. At this point, I'm happy with the shape of the sign. It is a little on the grey side. Knowing what we know now, I'm going to come up and drag the brightness up a little bit, and I will also increase the contrast. When I'm finished, I will press Escape. I'll then zoom out. We will go back to the Home tab, and I will launch Move. I'll select the sign, and I'll pick it up from the lower right corner and place it next to the callout. As you can see, attached images don't always have to conform to a simple rectangle. Using the Clip tool, we have complete control over the shape of our referenced imagery.